Hello and welcome to the STEIL Lock and Key model tutorial. In this video, I will cover the assembly, use, and basic concept behind the lock and key model. This model was developed to help all students gain an understanding of the mechanics of a simple lock and how a key works to open locking pins. The model consists of a lock housing, a tumbler cylinder, housing pins, tumbler pins, and a key, all of which are printed with PLA filament. Oftentimes, the pins and the holes in both the housing and tumbler will need to be filed down after printing to allow for smooth insertion and action of the pins in the assembled lock. The device is assembled first by placing the tumbler pins in the correct order into the tumbler holes, point down. Once this is accomplished, the tumbler cylinder can be inserted into the lock housing. Note that the tumbler pins vary in size and are all shorter than the housing pins, which are of a consistent height. Next, the housing pins can be placed into the holes on the top of the housing. If the tumbler cylinder is placed with its holes aligned to the housing's holes, the housing pins should drop into the spaces above the tumbler pins, locking the tumbler cylinder into position. The key can then be inserted into the keyhole on the front of the cylinder, pushing the tumbler pins and housing pins into place so that the cylinder can turn freely inside the housing. It may take a bit of wiggling to get the key to insert under the pins. Sometimes, due to the light weight of the housing pins and the rough nature of the PLA filament, the pins will be pushed up too high and not drop back into place properly. Because the pins will stick out slightly from the top of the housing, they can be simply tapped back down to allow the tumbler cylinder to turn properly. It may also be beneficial to use a file to smooth the holes, edges, and the pins to allow them to fall without getting stuck. Note that if you do not put the tumbler pins in the correct order, the key will be unable to turn the tumbler inside the housing. This could be a good way to explore why the correct key is needed for any lock, as well as a way to explore how locks can be rekeyed when needed. Unlike with keyed locking mechanisms found on most doorways, the housing pins are pushed into place primarily using gravity. Normally, a lock tumbler will use springs above the housing pins to push them into place to maintain the lock position when the key is not inserted. But for our model, gravity and direct manipulation are sufficient to show the mechanics we are interested in. Thanks for watching the STEIL Lock and Key model tutorial. We hope you will find this model useful for students to explore the mechanics of a simple lock. A link to the model's STL files is in the video description below if you want to print and use it in your classroom.